I need six-figure money, don't have fucks and hella cake. Fuck where I've been on dummy, shooting hella ops, make them a day. If not him, they kill his mama, make you feel the stress on the hella way. Pack on shotgun with his eye, make no stress, watch how they swim away. I don't stay swim till you down in your left death, and then I slid away. This a hollow tip.
Yo. Welcome back, man. Welcome back to Let's Talk Everything Foremost. I am the host, Connor Slaughter. Y'all already know that. I got a video, man, today that we are not alone. And, you know, if you've been paying attention to any of my work, you already know what this work consists of, right? I know what it consists of. We're going deep, baby. So today we're going deep. Let's start this right away. I want to get right into this video. I ain't even finna hesitate, right? Let's do it.
An alien went on TV and said, hi.
He knows 100% that the Tic Tac is man-made. It's made by Lockheed Martin, right?
Hey, yo, before I even start, shout out to Casper Wright's podcast. You understand me? This guy here, another great podcaster like Trap Lil Raw. Another great podcaster like Poetic Flacco. Another great podcaster like all the rest of these boys, like King AK-47. Shout out to all you boys out there. You feel me? Let's keep going. Let's dive in it.
And I was like, okay, all right, fair enough. That's what you say. Whether I believe it or not, I haven't really thought about it too much. I think my initial thought was, oh, gutted, because I want to believe, right? And what I would say to the Tic Tac UFO, if it is man-made, like how much footage and how older footage have we been seeing of this thing, right? Have you seen this thing move? Dip, 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 like vanishes. Why on God's earth haven't they put a missile on that yet, right? Imagine that thing being in war. Nobody could stop it. Nobody. So it's like that, to me, it's like if we had the technology to do that, guaranteed they're going to put some sort of weaponry on it, right? So today's video, I want to show you some videos and photographs of aliens. And let's, like I say, keeping our finger on the pulse. And I wanted to, first of all, start it off by, for you to listen to this guy called Kevin Trudeau.
What would happen to societies if an alien went on TV and said, hi, I'm Zotar from the planet Murtok. Glad to meet y'all. And we've been around for a long time. And by the way, Yahweh in the book of the Bible, well, that was my ancestors, and so forth and so on. If people saw a real extraterrestrial and said, this is my spacecraft, let me show you what it can do. If people saw that, what would happen? And it's not pretty. And this is why they say we're not ready yet to fully reveal. The good news is that it's getting better. These reports are showing that society isn't going to crumble. People aren't going to jump out of buildings. People aren't going to start crying. People aren't going to stop going to church. People aren't going to start rioting in the streets. Oh, I don't have to be moral anymore because there is no God. The big fear years ago when you looked at these reports, and I've read them, you know, because in our group we had to know this as well. The idea was people are going to say there is no God. That means there's no sin. That means there's no punishment. I can do anything. The only punishment is what I get on earth. But I'm not going to hell. And you could have some mass chaos. Now, certainly we have punishment here, so that'll still keep things in bay. But there's a lot of issues as to why Zotar is not coming on and saying, hi. Let me show you my star map, and here's my craft. Because when that happens, all the governments around the world have to know, based on the studies and the reports, that we're not going to have a mass calamity.
Man, I was thinking of
Yo, that right there is deep. Before he even get into his segment of what he gonna say, that's deep. I don't know what to say, man. He said the reason Zotar didn't come on television yet and say, "Hey, I'm Zotar. Nice to meet y'all." You know, and the Yahweh person y'all was believing in, yeah, that's my ancestors. It's not God. You know, that shit will blow. It'll blow everybody out the water, gang. You can't tell me it wouldn't. You can't tell me it wouldn't. Looking at it right now, this shit already threw me for a loop. I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck? But you see what I'm saying? Like, this is the stuff that the government already known. They've been doing this. These are the big secrets that's been kept for years and years to come. You understand what I'm saying? And they would like to keep it that way because, in all honesty, it don't seem like they really want to let us know too much more about this. I wonder, you know, Zotar sound like that goddamn, no, that thing on Dragon Ball Z was called Zeno. You know what I'm saying? It started, his name was with a Z though, you feel me? That's the thing. But at the end of the day, I feel like some of this stuff, gang, y'all ain't really gotta hide from the public, man. He talking about people gonna go crazy, a mass hysteria. You see, y'all spoke that into existence for y'all to even think that, y'all, it'll be this way for us. You know what I'm saying? It'll be this way. The public gonna react this way. I doubt it. Y'all ain't even give us a chance to show y'all how the public gonna react. So, you know, but let's dive back into this video, and I want to hear his take on it. I want to know what he think about it, because all around the world, people is seeing this. All around the world, people are seeing UFO, you know, landing sightings. All around the world, gang. I really want to understand what y'all feel about it out there. If you got some type of way you think about this or feel about this, type it into my comment section. Other than that, let's keep going right now. Let's go.
So many things to say there along that, but I just wanted to make it play off, right? I agree with a lot and I disagree with a lot, but at the same hand, I agree with it. Like it's okay. So first of all, you and me, we are in this world of, I assume all about, well, welcome, okay? But you and me are, we are in tuned with this world, okay? We have an understanding, a basic or intermediate or advanced, whoever you are, understanding of UFOs, the world that we live in, disclosure, aliens and things like that. You have a belief or not, or whatever it is, but you have an understanding. And I think sometimes that we can be in this little bubble sometimes, because when I speak to strangers and things like that, or I introduce myself, or what do you do? I'm a YouTuber, or what do you know, when I talk about, I look into ghosts, they go, oh, I do believe in ghosts, you know, and then the other half is aliens, and they go, oh, and it seems very alien, right? They go, oh, like it's either, oh yeah, I'm into aliens and UFOs, or it's like really sort of, really? Like, you know, it's not as much. And now at least I feel like we're in a position where we can actually talk about aliens without you being like thrown in a bloody mental house. Yeah. So where he says, are humans ready for that? We've got to step outside the bubble. We are ready for it, obviously, but are other people, right? And when it comes to religion as well, when he said, like, I've always said that I have a huge knock-on effect to religion. However, there's one thing that I sort of disagree with, where he says that the repercussions could make people do bad things. I have an understanding that whether there is a God or not, the religion or not, aliens or not, I think people, regardless of all that, the only people who do bad things are people that want to do bad things, regardless of a religion.
I think he got a point right there. You feel me? I can agree. he probably feel like, you know, I understand what he's saying, but think about this. All the people that they once told was a God, you know, was a lot of elderly people. It was a lot of our grandmas and grandparents, grandpas and older aunties and uncles, right? So them gonna be the only people that's really gonna be super shocked that yo, it wasn't a God. Don't get it twisted. A lot of us right now in these days and times of our generation, we're gonna be shocked too. But at the end of the day, it's gonna be more of a relief on us and the ones under us, because a lot of us was already skeptical. A lot of us was already second guessing or questioning if there was a real God, where we come from, how was we created, so on and so forth. But to believe right away though, hey yo, the repercussions and consequences is going to be severe. Well, I think it'll be severe on y'all end, because it was y'all who lied. It was y'all who told the story of, hey, there's a God and I should not kill and steal, and you know, you shouldn't steal and kill each other and all this above. You know what I'm saying? Or you will burn in hell for everything. So I feel like a lot of that was meant to take place and be set up. You know what I'm saying? These cats did that on purpose, and they thought they was going to put somebody in check. And I think that's really what it boils down to, having a culture or a nation of race in check. You know what I'm saying? Being able to control them how and whenever you want and feel. But, you know, I think it's backfiring on them, you know? I just believe it's backfiring. Let's keep going.
Regardless of a God or the consequences, I think most people, as default, are pretty much good human beings. They, you know, they're pretty good. So I don't know. I mean, Christ, there's enough wars and torture and God knows what, even with religion and with the understanding that we've got of where we've come from and whatnot. So I'm not too sure about that. I'll pass it over to you.
Hey, you know, to say something on that note, to piggyback on that note, there's already a lot of killing going on. If thou should not kill, and you know, we got a God like shit, the government kill people daily. You know, this is what they do. But y'all try to keep us in control, the civilians, you know what I'm saying, in control, to not do certain crimes or, you know, feel certain ways about certain laws that y'all created, not us. And y'all created them to fit y'all intentions and interests. You feel me? If you think about it, no rule right now that they got put in place, no law that they got put in place really fit the narrative or the intentions of the civilians around the world outside the government. So, you know, they got to make it make sense. You know what I'm saying? A lot of it don't. Like I said, y'all could have just kept it real with us. You feel me? From the jump. Stop spilling these fake beans, these lying ass beans that y'all spilling. You feel me? Trying to put them out there. You know what I'm saying? Come on now.
I think there might be a few that go, oh, fuck it. There's no consequences now. Let's go out and do X, Y, and Z. But I think those are the type of people that do that shit anyway. I don't know. I could be completely wrong. I've not put enough thought into it. I've got to be honest with you. But it's a huge thing to think about. So I wanted to, with that in mind, I wanted to just show you some videos, okay? Here's one that was on X, and it's posted by Just. And this person says, what you're about to see is the only footage out online that shows the body of a dead EBE, extraterrestrial biological entity. The footage was recorded in Quebec, Canada. The people that found the body were on the snowmobiles when they stumbled on the body. You will see them use heat lamps to warm the body. They proceed to hang the body up using rope, sticks, and take pictures of it. What the hell? You will see long fingers, no sexual organs, and the same ridges on the torso you see in pterodactyl bodies. The head is bigger than the regular human. The eyes are very big as well. The nose is very small, almost looks non-existent, and no visible ears. I don't know what the body was doing there, but it froze to death, meaning there was either a crash or the body was caught in a storm and froze to death. Pay attention to the long arms, fingers. They are extremely similar to pterodactyls. I think this is the only case where the actual alien body can be seen full, almost intact. UAP, oh, okay, that's a tag. Look at this. just keep your eyes focused on this shape and the eyes and the look, okay? Right, and also this ridiculous looking arms, okay? Because I'm not being funny. If I was going to make something, I would not make it look bloody ridiculous. Mate, it's something about it. There's something about this, right? And when you see the videos that I'm going to show you and the photos, this becomes a little bit even more like believable, right? Notice the color as well. Notice the color. I want
Technical difficulties, man. I hate StreamYard that much. StreamYard stopped my whole stream just right now. That's why I had to pause the video, y'all, and get back to it. But anyway, we back now. Let's get back into this shit because this video get deep.
Through abduction and the technology we bargained for and found those persons.
Now, we're going to get back to that in a second, but I want you to listen to this as well. This is posted on X again from somebody called Onasa. And remember, the whole point of me showing you this is because I want us to keep the finger on the pulse and understand where these UAPs are coming from. They're not just things flapping around the sky, right? Potentially, maybe. Okay, 1954.
So here's what happened, Art. In 1954, President Eisenhower met with the Greys to abduct a very small number of persons that in exchange for advanced technology from the aliens, and we would be periodically given a list of those persons abducted. We got something less than the technology we bargained for and found that the abductions exceeded by 1,000,000-fold what we had naively agreed to. And when we first became aware of this, we protested to the little gray being that we held in the captivity at the YY2
Skinny Bob, maybe, is that?
-2 facility in Los Alamos. We found out that the Greys are cybernetic organisms, glorified robots, if you will, who work here at the behest of their employers, monitoring us through abductions. So here's what happened.
Right, mate, this seems so like we, you and me have mentioned this so many times, right? And I know that I have. I've said about like an agreement that we had with aliens, and they then all of a sudden we get all this technology and stuff like that, you know? Right, I'm going to show you another video in a second about a lady who she's one of the 15 scientists that have gone missing or died, right? And she's talking about, I think, P51s or P25s, whatever. It's present, and the number is how many thousands of years forward, like it is. I'm just looking at our current state of where we are trying to make robots with AI. Imagine where we could be in 25,000 years' time with AI and robots, mate. This is like, and people say we are the alien, like, just, this is just crazy. This is crazy. I know I'm chatting a lot. I know a lot of people get pissed.
Yo, you know, it is. It's by far, to me, when I first heard this shit and recognized this shit, I'm thinking of something like this, right? Right now, this year, 2026, where we are right now, might not even be the real year. Y'all understand what I'm saying? This year, 2026, might not even be the real year that we're in. David Wilcock already said, and he repeated it in his videos and in his books, that they have been time traveling for years. They have been time traveling for years. They've been had the technology to time travel. You feel me? They've been had this technology. So when I report shit like this and I podcast about shit like this, I be trying to tell people that everything I come to my podcast channel with, gang, it's the truth. You better believe it. You better believe it. I went and did my research. I know what I'm talking about. That's why I'm on what I'm on. Man, they've been time traveling for years, man. David Wilcock also said that they are trying to take things from the past. Take things from 2026 and bring it into the past so he can speed up the past. You feel me? So they can help those people that's in the past, you feel me, get where we are now at the end of the day. Now, that's crazy. I never thought I'd hear this in a million years because, like I told my kids, I always drama shit like this, right? I never thought that this would be the case. I never thought that all these disclosures will equal out to time travel, will equal out to clones, will equal out to mental powers, mental abilities, psychic powers, psychic abilities, telepathy, telekinesis, all those things. Like, at the end of the day, gang, that is what we're coming down to. You feel me? That is what's happening. That's what's taking place. And I think they wanted to keep a lot of this from us. You feel me? That's what the Eisenhower thing was about. I even heard an alien they found that was named EB gave Eisenhower the Orion cube, gifted him with the Orion cube. Don't know why. And maybe it was because they was trading off human beings for abduction, for alien advanced technology. You know, I'm not sure. Let's keep going. Let's see what's next, man. Because, like I said, it's a lot that's been unfolding lately about these UFOs and the disclosure and all the missing scientists too. So bear with me, and we're gonna keep going.
pissed off at me chatting a lot, but I got this is my channel, and this is how I think. This is how I try to express myself, and so far it's bloody working. Right, but I'm passionate about this. Right, listen to this.
So the ultra terrestrials, I'll just tell you, the ultra terrestrials. I think. Have you heard of the P-52s and the P-47s? Do you know what that is? They're us from the future. They're from here. They are you. They are me. They're from here, from the future. P-47 is present plus 47,000 years. P-52 is present plus 52,000 years. And basically there's a calamity, right? So there's like a apocalypse scenario in the near future. It wipes out most of like everything, man. And there's the ones that go underground and survive.
Like the bunkers that a lot of these billionaires are making right now. What's his name? Facebook dude.
Right. And then there's the ones that somehow stay on the surface and miraculously don't die.
So imagine our tech in 52,000 years time. What? Listen to this chick. UAP Wixie, right? The UAP Wixie, the tall whites are honestly trying to help us, but they are so advanced, so far beyond even a human ability to even say how would you extend your mind into timeless, find problems, neutralize problems, change the present, the past, and the future. Linda Moulton Howe, Earth Files, speaking on the knowledge of abilities the tall whites have, the Charles Hall learned when being with them out at India Springs, Nevada, USA, between 1965 and 67. Listen to this.
Are supposed to be spiritual. They are supposed to acknowledge souls. They are supposed to have families. They are supposed to love their children to the point that they would stop a human heart in an individual because they can control brains. If you crossed a certain geophysical line that has been established, this is tall, wide territory. And at the same time, I have been able to interview a man who was a manager, now retired, in an aerospace corporation, who said, Linda, I worked elbow to elbow with a tall white. He said, you can feel the energy that comes off of them. And then he said, the closest thing I could possibly say to you that would give you a sense of what it is like to work with and communicate with a tall white extraterrestrial. He said, it's like being with a human who had 5 Cray supercomputers for a brain. And then he said, the tall whites literally project their mind into timelines. They are honestly trying to help us. The tall whites are honestly trying to help us. But they are so advanced, so far beyond even a human ability to even.
I'm sorry, but I'm just. It's like we're just chimps trying to understand. Like it's like a human trying to talk to a chimp. We're like this going.
How would you?
Hey, gang, you know, a lot of the shit they saying right now is not far-fetched. You know what I'm saying? At all, not to me at least. I don't know about some of y'all, but a lot of this shit is not far-fetched. You know, I know some of you motherfuckers probably like, yeah, right. But gang, all this shit they telling us is real deal. It's the real deal. It's just that the fact that these motherfuckers never was going to tell us this. You name a government or a president who was going to tell you some information like this. Why you think some of y'all so smart? Why you think some of y'all think y'all got psychic abilities? Why you think some of y'all believe, you know, yourself so much that things do go the way you want it to go and it happen the way you want it to? Why you think some of us out here are so negative and so down, so depressed, so sad? Why you think some of us always think ghosts and spirits is chasing us and on to us? Why you think some of us only believe negative things? At the end of the day, it's real, man. Magic been real. It ain't magic with an M-A-G-I-C. It's magic with an M-A-G-I-C-K. You better understand that. You know, I tell people this all the time. I got a homeboy I talk to all the time, and I tell him the same shit. He's like, man, I don't believe in that shit. I do. I'm able to show y'all proof, and I'm showing y'all right now, my nigga. A nigga tell me, look, you just recite what you listening to on YouTube. Bitch ass nigga, this is the motherfucking truth, man. This the truth, and the day you niggas wake up and understand that this the truth, my nigga, then will you understand what I'm understanding? But until then, niggas will never understand. That's why I think they laugh at us, because our culture is so behind. We ignorant. Right now, we killing the shit out of each other, not even knowing that ain't what we supposed to be doing. We supposed to be bonding together and learning how to use our human powers, learning how to use these psychic abilities that we've been given, but other species has learned how to use them way before we have, because we so busy being distracted on planet Earth. So, man, y'all better pay attention, man. Let's finish. Come on.
Extend your mind into timelines, find problems, neutralize problems, change the present, the past, and the future. And that's what the tall whites do. How do we communicate when we have been kept so dumb and blind for millennia? And now it's really important, because the whole future of our planet may rest on humans beginning to learn how to know anything about the tall whites. The Nordics, one man who was in the Air Force said, people should at least be told that the Vikings, that were considered to be one of the greatest gladiator type fighters on the planet of Europe, Linda, those are full-bore Nordic ETs. The Vikings of history were full-bore Nordic ETs on our planet, known as great warriors. Why can't we know this as a fact announced by the governments of the world? Our history is not exactly what you think. Are we going to get out of this 2020 to 2030 decade?
What mate? What the?
Hey.
Is that what
Hey, that just fucked me up, y'all. It fucked me up. Hey, it seemed like it's glitching again, gang. That just fucked me up, gang. That just fucked me up. Everything she just said just fucked me up. I can't lie to you. I can't lie to you. Let me refresh this. I want to refresh this because I don't want nothing glitching. I know how this shit go. Some of the craziest shit, man. Gang. Every time I try to share, there's always a problem, right? And people know fucking.
Our history is not exactly what you think, and we're now going to start educating you for real.
Yeah.
How are we going to get out of this 2020 to 2030 decade?
What mate, what the? Is that why you've got blue eyes?
If you ever wanted to start your own club.
Sorry, gang, I had to take that call. That was the wife calling. You understand what I'm saying? And when I talk about stuff like this that I'm airing for y'all, gang, she don't like hearing stuff like this. I understand. Some people, they get scared for information like this. You hear me? They be nervous. But, man, listen, though. This shit the truth, man. Y'all better pay attention, man. Open your motherfucking eyes to what's going on around you. Thing is, you too busy trying to get dressed up looking like one of them hoes. Half of you niggas be too busy dressing yourself up like a bitch. You more worried about your image than anything else, nigga. What about your mindset? What about your motherfucking characteristics? Who do you think you is? Who do you think you is today that you wasn't yesterday? Right? Who do you think you are today that you wasn't yesterday? So at the end of the day, we're gonna keep diving into this video, like I said, because I'm teaching you niggas, gang. You feel me? If you reach, I'm teaching. Simple as that.
Some dude had blue eyes and he went round loads of bloody women, right? And that's why you've got bloody blue eyes, because of that dude. Was that dude a bloody Nordic? The women just looked at and just went, fuck, he's fit. Right? Imagine. Mate. And the Vikings and stuff. Imagine, man. Imagine. You could make some kick-ass movies about this, couldn't you? Eh? Imagine the movies. Come on!
Tumultuous politically, seismically, every other way, if we are not told the truth.
Right, okay. So this dude here, he starts talking a little bit. I'm not going to watch the whole thing because it's 5 minutes, but he starts talking about the Greys, right? I don't know what his name. You'll be able to tell me.
Angelic stuff doesn't account for the totality of the phenomenon.
Yeah.
Because, I look at the gray alien faction. Again, I'm very, very persuaded that faction is real. And you have the little grays, people think are automatons of some kind, maybe artificial intelligence or something. I like to think of them as cybernetic clones, cybernetic clones. And they're, to me, from my perspective, they seem to be clearly created by the insectolins. What Dr. David Jacobs describes as insectolins, the mantid beings. In my estimation, that's the biological species, the organic species, and they're making the little grays. And there's not just little grays. I mean, there's big grays too. I mean, from ufological lore, at least. But the little ones are the ones that come to retrieve the abductees. So that's a faction. And so when I say these things and I talk about angelic beings, people conflate the two. They think I'm saying that the grays are the angelic beings. I am not. I just want to make that
What do we
clear.
think the grays are?
So I don't know.
Yeah.
I have no idea what gray aliens are, or where they come from.
Yeah.
Are they crypto-terrestrial? Are they, by the way, you mentioned something really interesting, the antediluvian hypothesis that maybe some people from like an Atlantean civilization escaped and maybe went off planet or under the earth, and then now they have this advanced technology that they developed a long time ago, and they're still here, right? I love that idea. I don't know if it's true, but I find it intriguing. I find it intriguing.
Yeah.
Now, one thing I think we can say about the Greys definitively is that wherever they come from, they have bases here now.
Yeah.
So let's say there was a forward operation of Greys that came years ago. Well, they established bases a long time ago, just like we would. If we were coming, by the way, for a hostile purpose, we would come and we would establish a forward operating base. And in anticipation for more of us coming later, right? And so those forward operating bases would be
the moon.
Apparently you can go from 0 to a complete site in just a single prompt. Yeah, I don't know if this is going to be possible. Where vibe coding meets
the ocean.
Established in the areas that
Now, I heard that the Galactic Federation is in the moon. That's what I heard. I'm just saying. And Elizabeth April, shout out to Elizabeth April. She's one hell of a remote scientist. Not a remote scientist, a remote viewer. I'm sorry. One hell of a remote viewer who's dove deep into this topic and talked about it. You feel me? And another remote viewer took her inside of the moon, where the Galactic Federation was having a meeting. And they was discussing stopping this race on planet Earth, which is the reptilian race, from manipulating the people of the Earth. You understand what I'm saying? And I think that's what he's discussing. Right now today, you know, a lot of people don't believe in it. Some people do. I got my kids talking about reptilians and skinwalkers and things of that nature. You know, it made it all the way to our kids. That was crazy, but my thing is this. Y'all should have been telling us, right? Y'all should have been telling us about these aliens, about the ultra-terrestrials, extraterrestrials, about the future beings, about the P-52s and P-47s. You feel me? Y'all should have discussed this. It wasn't hard.
Human beings would at least look for them or be able to discover them, which would be at the bottom of our oceans, under the ground, underground bases. And certainly at this point in time, I would say that it's much more likely to be true than not. Let's put it in very generous terms.
I mean, there's been lots of talk about alien bases being in the sea. That representative, he said that there was humongous UFOs, the size of like a couple of football pitches, going 200 miles per hour underwater. Like what? You know, so maybe. Look at this. Now, remember at the beginning, I said, keep remembering the face. Remember the face. Now, when I first saw this video ages ago and I saved it, I was like, I don't know, man. This looks like a bloody, I don't know, bit fake. But then something happens on this video that caught my eye.
A homeowner was hearing strange noises at their back door and decided to set up a camera to film what was making the noise. This is what they captured.
The title says, real or mask? And I'm thinking, it could be a mask. But watch closely.
A large, bulbous-headed figure looks in through the window. It has large black eyes, a flat...
First of all, that thing moves very much like the alien interview, right? Video, which I'm going to show you in a bit. Its head movements are very much like that. Very like almost, I gotta say, animatronic. But look at the eye, man. It fucking blinks, dude. Or dudette. It blinks.
Nose and a small pointed mouth. These features resemble the classic depiction of an alien gray. Experts are divided over the footage. Analyzing the footage frame by frame, it could just be a mask, but the creature blinks several times. Is this an elaborate hoax or a real encounter? A homeowner...
What the hell? Because those black eyes, right? I've seen videos of them where they take the lens off. It's actually a protective lens. Would you need to blink if you had a protective lens on your eye? I suppose you would, because it'd be us having contact lenses, right? You still blink with contact lenses. Listen to this person. More evidence. More evidence. Well, evidence. Stories.
I got into the command post. The senior master sergeant in charge said,
there's been UFOs in the pattern all night.
They're on radar. The tower had seen them. They got in aircraft reports and so on. and that one had landed or crashed at Fort Dix. An alien had come off the craft and had been shot by a military policeman and apparently was wounded and was heading for McGuire. Our security police went out there and found him on the end of the runway dead. And I'm prepared to tell the story in front of Congress. An alien had come off.
Hell? He's prepared to go to Congress and say this. It's mad, man. It's bloody mad. Now, this picture here apparently is aliens from the Roswell. And you remember what I said earlier about look at the color of the skin. Look at these things. Is that AI generated? Look at the color in comparison to what I showed you earlier. Right? The eyes again. Literally looks like what we've just seen. Why is it always depicting this type of thing? Look at it. Look at it. It looks so darn like there's something about it, man. There's something about it. Newly circulating images that allegedly show Roswell aliens are gaining significant attention online, with many people noting similarities between the figures in the photos and the long-standing descriptions of beings reportedly recovered after the 1947 incident near Roswell, New Mexico. The images appear to resemble older archival-style photos that have surfaced in the past, which has led some viewers to believe they could be connected to material allegedly recovered after the Roswell incident. Supporters of the theory argue that the resemblance to earlier descriptions of small humanoid beings adds credibility to claims that evidence of extraterrestrial life may have been documented but kept hidden for decades. However, official explanations from the United States Air Force have consistently stated that the 1947 crash involved a classified surveillance project rather than extraterrestrial technology. Investigations later identified the debris as part of the Project Mogul, a top-secret balloon program designed to detect Soviet nuclear tests during the early years of the Cold War. Despite these examinations...
Hey, yo, that balloon program sound like the balloon that flew over America, gang. You feel me? That they was talking about. I notice how a lot of the stuff that's taking place now has once already took place before. That's the craziest shit to me, right? Because to even think and sit and believe that they lie to us about these aliens, like, gang, y'all could have put it to us the way y'all knew we could have handled it. No, they don't think we can handle it. But who give them the right to think for us? Somebody make that make sense. Who give them the right to think for us? You don't control what we can handle. Government or CIA worker, you don't control shit we think we can handle. You motherfuckers barely can handle even letting out the truth, so y'all think y'all finna control what y'all think we can handle. No, bullshit. I call bullshit on that. You understand what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I feel like, yeah, let everything be known. Fuck y'all hiding shit for gang. Like, come on. At the end of the day, man, that's all I'm going to bring to y'all, because I ran my time right now, right? It's 50 minutes, man. I got other things to take care of. You feel me? Other things to do. I love y'all, man. Hey, be watching out for my latest and my next song, gang, because I will be releasing that today. You understand me? I love y'all. Y'all keep your heads up. Stay safe. Stay out the way, man. You feel me? Stay watching what's going on around you and your surroundings. You feel me? Because more alien disclosure finna be coming out, and y'all might even see one, dream about one. You feel me? Get abducted by one. I don't know. At the end of the day, I love y'all, man. I am out.
My shit, the gang, them grew up in pining. Couple of groupies to fit with. High, no turbulence, vibing. Higher than you niggas getting. Flying while you niggas flyless. Your kind is scooter dependent. I come something new when I'm driving. Driving off the roof, no ceilings. Got a skyline view when I'm riding.